Alright guys, welcome back. This is Vaipo. I'm back with another cast of League of Legends. This is, I believe, is going to be the 6th game I am casting in Season 3 with the whole improved scenario kind of thing. So today I have a mid-range, well, it's high compared to me, but it's mid-range in general terms, not entirely professional game. There are some pretty high players here, but most of them are kind of around the 2200-ish mark. So there's actually a lot of action going on here, and I have to be careful not to miss first blood. Now there was a lot of engagement going on here, but I kind of joined a bit too late. But they got put under a lot of pressure, and as you can see they're all pretty low, and that kind of directly results in 22 to 11 minions for the bottom 80 carries. So that's going to reflect in the progress of this team. Oh, look at that, actually we might have first blood. That shield's just about saving him. That was so close, especially with that dot tick as well. Wow, that red buff really did help them. I guess that is why they're doing so well right now, just purely because of having that early red buff. But very, very close engage right there, as you saw. Almost picking him off, especially with that red buff, just taking in the last second. That was ridiculously close. So let's quickly have a look at the teams while we're here. Tresh is 23-13 and Diamond 4, so again, not the highest rated of players. Draven is 24-53 and Diamond 2, so he is somewhere up there in the high diamonds. Probably a little bit close to Diamond 1, I would imagine. He only needs about 40 to 50 points to actually get him into Diamond 1. Their opponents, Sivir with Diamond 2, 24-45, also just as high as Draven, and Soraka is Diamond 5 with 22-22, so another mid-range player. Now, while we don't have any kills going off here, I do believe everyone's been a little bit passive, except for the top seems to actually be doing quite a lot of damage. Let's actually look at top first. Zed is Diamond 5 with 22-20, and Shen is Diamond 5 with 22-34. So both of these guys around the 2200 mark, not too high, not too low. Obviously these are still very, very good players. Can't say that they're, you know, not good just because they're at 2200 not 2500, where I usually plan on casting games right now. But this is what I got, and this is what I'll cast. I'm not going to give up on them just because they're not, you know, Diamond 1 or Challenger. Doesn't mean I'm not going to cast them. Everyone gets a bit of attention. So let's look at the junglers. Zed is sorry, that's not the jungler. What am I saying? Trundle is 2270, Diamond 5. Whereas Nasus, who's actually going to the bottom, we might have a gank incoming here, I'll say it quickly, is Platinum 1, 2152. So he is probably one of the lowest players in this game. Actually, no, he's not. I take it back. No, he is. And I actually ended up missing first blood there. So you saw how it happened. I didn't. So I'm going to go back. What exactly happened here? They had the ward, they noticed him coming in, he actually ghosted in, and all they needed was just one Q to pick that up. A pretty successful gank, especially with a double gank as well, seeing as Shen came in here with his ult as well. So Nasus actually Platinum 3, I made a mistake there, Platinum 3 with 2060, a very low rating in comparison to the rest of these guys, but he did just get a successful first blood, so maybe he's on a killing streak, and he ended up getting queued with these guys. So Rise Platinum 1, 2152, and Diana Diamond 2 with 2455. So a bit of an unfair matchup. I mean, there's a 300 ELO rating and 300 ELO difference between the mid laners, but I mean, as you can see right now, Diana is only a little bit ahead on minions, even though that little bit could mean a big difference for them. But we'll see about that a bit later on. There hasn't been any kills though, so it's not a complete demolition in the middle. It is kind of alright. Now we have Rise picking up a blue buff here from Nasus. Hopefully Nasus doesn't accidentally steal it. He does end up pressing S just to stop attack. So first blood was called at the bottom. I wasn't really looking at the screen. I have to do these ELO checks a bit more carefully for everyone. By the way, the average ELO in this match, and that is including the 2152 and the 2060 ratings, these guys pretty much dragged it down really, really low. But the average ELO is 2282, which, comparing it to Trundle, is Diamond 5 average. I'm gonna say that this is around Diamond 5, Diamond 4-ish. But based on the fact that there's Diamond 2 players here, I would say it's probably around Diamond 4. So that is roughly the ELO that we got here. Now the bottom is going to have to be something we have to watch for a lot. Not only did they get first blood here, this lane is also very dangerous because, as you saw in the previous game, Thresh can be such a menace if he's not, you know, shut down early on. Now the only thing is they did shut him down a little bit. Unfortunately, it wasn't Sivir that picked up the kill. She only got an assist, but a first blood assist, you know, you can't really complain. Now that was a bit strange actually, the fact that he was able to pull back. Now there might be a second blood here. Actually, she does get a heal. She did go in a bit too far actually, managing to flash out, but does pick up the kill actually with that perfectly placed boomerang as well as a tower hit. So Thresh is exactly as the purple team wants him. He's on 0-2. He's not doing very well. He doesn't have very good gold, and he has backed off twice now. So let's see exactly what happened up here actually, because I did miss that. So we had a gank from Trundle, but it does look like Nasus came in here and things didn't really go that well for them. So I mean, after killing, so they do pick up the Trundle kill in return after they end up picking up Shen. So 1-for-1 trade up top. I do believe there would have been an extra assist because Ryze was here as well. So actually Ryze picked up the kill, not the assist, so there would have been 2 assists as well as Ryze's kill. Now Diana being a bit aggressive onto Ryze, I do believe he's going to be able to get away quite handily here. Not too much they can do, and this bottom team is just absolutely demolishing them. Look at this, he's probably going to get really aggressive here, and because Soraka sees he's so low health, she thinks she might be able to kill him. But what does he do? He dives her, and of course Soraka trying to take on an AD carry is just not going to happen. If you can't burst him down with just your E, don't ever engage a support, because chances are you're not going don't ever engage an AD carry as a support, because chances are you're not going to kill them. Because I mean, obviously, as an AD carry, even let's look at him right now. He doesn't really have, you know, his Bloodthirster finish, but he had, I believe, he probably had his Vampiric Scepter at that stage, and he also had a Doran's Blade, I'd imagine, at that stage. So, you know, there wasn't really that much that Soraka could have done, because even if she would have ended up doing enough damage with her Q and her E, Draven would have probably life stolen just about enough health to survive another auto hit off her. And you know, Soraka has a very slow auto hit as well as a very weak one. Like, let's look at her AD. She has 79 AD, which is actually a considerable amount for a support at that level. With maybe she has a few AD runes or wrong runes or something like that. I'm not sure, but looks like we might end up getting a kill from Ryze here, especially with the 2 of them diving on a turret. Diana actually tanking a turret might not work out so well, but it did. Diana able to get away there. Come on. NASA's coming in here and not really able to get in range of her, because of course she would have ended up just running back and he'd waste time. So he is going to push the lane a little bit. Don't ever try to say not and then Nasus at the exact same time. It messes up your English so bad. That was the biggest fail ever. Have to train one of those things, you know, the tongue twisters, like how much wood could a wook chuck chuck could have, something like that. But okay, 43 with the kills, 4 kills for the blue team, of course, a little bit ahead, also a bit ahead on gold. A very small difference right now. It's almost like not noticeable, so I wouldn't really worry about it at the moment. Quick look at the vision difference. Nasus was actually spotted going up to the top there. I'm not quite sure why they're backing off. Perhaps, oh, they do have the tower down, so there would be no reason to back off. But Ryze is on, you know, incoming right here, and they are aware that he's not in the middle. So they are going to have to be very careful. This might turn out very badly, especially with Shen ulting right now. They could get another taunt in, and Ryze, if Ryze manages to get a cage here, this would be it for one person. But it does look like actually Zed coming back to engage, but because Shen was back dropping so low, they did have to back off there. I do believe that if Ryze didn't waste his ult so early, he would have actually managed to kill Zed on that engage, but as you saw, he did use it a bit too early. I think he thought that they would have stayed in the team fight, used it prematurely, and then obviously it ran out a bit too early. So yeah, I think Sivir was probably a counter pick for Thresh, because I mean, obviously she wants to avoid those hooks, because that is pretty much the main thing, especially considering that those hooks have a bit of a charge up time, so it's not like they're instant straight away. But wow, did you see how much damage that did? How much health does she have? It did about 200 damage with that. And ult coming in here from Draven. Actually, they might have a kill. She misses her. Diana misses Soraka, so there's going to be a lot of damage coming off here. Actually, Trash getting picked off, that's a bit strange. Nasus is actually here as well, so it does look like there was a counter gank as well. I didn't even notice Nasus coming in here actually. Very bad map awareness from myself. There was also a ward from the blue team, so I don't really know how he managed to sneak in here. Now, they're going to want to be careful here because the blue team is, or the purple team is kind of all over the place. They're trying to maybe spot somebody. Oh, actually, Trundle here, aware of their position. He does see everything, especially with that ward. But I don't think he'll be smart to engage. He could get cornered here, and this could end up very, very badly for Trundle right now. Ooh, Diana actually scaring him off a little bit, even though there was a teleport coming in here from Shen. So I do think that they should have stayed on that and engaged, because it would have been 2 versus 3, and especially 2 tanks and an AP versus a pretty squishy jungler at the moment, and of course the mid laner. So they are going to be doing a dragon. Of course, the blue team is fully aware of this. They do have the vision. Soraka dropping a little bit low. They did waste a little bit too many cooldowns on her, which means Thresh does again get taken out. So Thresh on 0-4 right now, kind of giving away free kills every now and then. First blood obviously wasn't his fault, because Nasus did ghost in there, and there wasn't really that much they could do. But I do think that Thresh really has to be a bit more aware and not rush items. I mean, he got the Cage's lucky pick pretty early instead of wards. He should probably be warding just a little bit better instead. Or getting pink wards to deward their jungle so they can get a bit of help from Nasus. Not from Nasus, from Trundle. But Diana in here actually soloing the blue buff, gonna get it for herself, of course. Gonna be very interesting to see how Diana does with the blue buff. Unfortunately, she doesn't really have any AP yet, so her damage is gonna be a bit flat from the basic damage she had, you know, from runes and such, which is 63 AP minus 15, so what is it, 48 or something like that from runes and masteries. And we're gonna see, because I think the best way to build Diana is actually quite tanky. You build her with around 3000 health and, you know, items such as Rylai's Crystal Scepter and Rod of Ages. I think those are general. I don't really play her myself. Ooh, Sivir actually getting taken out, blown up completely here by both Zed and Draven. That was crazy. I always like to see Draven's burst, because he does have a ridiculous amount of burst. Finally getting that Soraka in return for Thresh. So Thresh gets his first assist, very good for him. Finally getting a bit of gold. Let's quickly have a look at this at the AD carries. From the very beginning, Draven has been ahead of Sivir by about 20 minions. As you can see, that still persists at the moment. The only difference is he has 3 kills and she only has 1 kill and 3 assists. So I would say he's about a kill ahead of her in terms of gold. But let's have a quick a kill and 20 minions, of course. So as you can see, he's about 1.5 thousand gold ahead of her. Quite a big difference actually. I thought it would be a bit smaller, but yeah, that is quite a noticeable difference. It would be about 3 kills, considering kills after first blood are worth only between 300 and even less, depending on how many kills of a killing streak you have and how many deaths the enemy has, obviously, that you kill. So Thresh is not really going to be worth much right now. I'm not sure if they changed it recently that assists will also reset your death streak, but perhaps they might make you worth a little bit more instead of completely, you know, worthless. Because a support with like 5-6 deaths would just basically mean that he gives away like 15 gold every time he dies, so it's not even worth focusing him really. Now, Rise showing a bit of lane dominance here. I'm not quite sure how that would turn out actually, to be honest. I mean, look at her, she has an Abyssal Scepter already. She got that pretty fast actually. I assume she went back with 2000 gold and ended up getting that. So 3-0 for Draven, 1-2-3 for Sivir. Almost seems unreal. Another gank coming in from Nasus. Nasus definitely going to end up picking up a kill here. If not a kill, then an assist. And there we go. Nasus actually looks like they might end up getting away. That ult from Thresh really did save their ass there. A nice slow from them, as well as of course Draven using his knockback ability. Ooh, look at that, actually we do have a Shen coming in here as well, Diana coming in here, and I'm not sure if she's aware of Shen's position, but of course he is here now. Does look like they pick up Soraka, but Rise coming in here as well. He does chase right after Thresh, and I do believe that if he's not careful, he's gonna get blown up here. Look at that, actually getting another kill for the blue team. Blue team doing quite nicely here. Shen actually diving under the turret. It does look like he might drop if he's not careful. He might just get CC'd right down to death here. What? Did you just... Oh my god, I have to see this again. What just happened there? I'm pretty sure Shen just took an extra hit from the tower. Let's see this, zoomed up. Ah, he used the shield in the last second. See that? That's how he survived that, just about, but of course getting killed by Zed. Giving him a 3 assists, so he should have probably died at that tower. That would have been 1 less assist. Diana picking up another kill here, so that was a 3 for 2 change, sorry, 4 for 2, because of course Soraka did die here as well. She was one of the first people to get taken out. So there we go, we have a pink as a dragon. The dragon of course is not up yet, so we don't really have to worry about that too much. So there was a massive engage here at the bottom. Of course, Draven gonna try farm as much as possible. He is trying to keep his lead. He's about 24 minions ahead, and he also has that extra pickaxe as well as the finished boots. Let's discount the boots because Sivir has an extra Doran's blade. So he is doing nicely right now. Let's quickly look at the charges as well. He has 10 on his Bloodthirster. Sivir only got hers, so she's going to have none. So the difference in AD is going to probably be quite significant. 192 to 231, 32. So it is about a 40 AD difference. Quite a massive difference, considering Blood Rush from Draven gives him quite a massive amount of damage. I mean, 20% attack speed and 40% movement speed is quite a nice amount, especially considering Spinning Axe as well on top of that. 20 bonus physical damage. The bonus is equal to 85% of his total attack damage. So if he catches a good Spinning Axe and he gets 2 of them, he could get a massive amount of damage boost. Obviously, pretty much doubling his skill, doubling his AD right now, almost. So it would be a very, very dangerous thing to engage Draven, and we already saw that when Soraka tried to take him on. When he just knocked her back, it just completely demolished her with no health at all. So coming back here to defend now, he's probably going to do a bit of his AoE now to clear this wave out. Actually, no, we have a teleport coming in here, and who is this actually? This is Shen. I thought it was actually from the blue team, but never mind. So they're going to be taking on this tower, actually taunting right onto Draven. Draven might drop a bit low here. They would want to back off now. Shen is going to be dropping quite low here. It does look like he might get killed if he's not careful. It does look like Draven is going to kill him, and if they're not going to be careful, they could pick up another kill here, especially with the amount of CC that Draven is providing right now. Draven picks up another kill. Draven continuing on with the push with his shield on now. The only problem is Nasus is here and Draven is behind enemy lines, well, considering where Nasus is positioned. So Nasus in a bit of a bad position. Oh, Trash, not a great move there, pushing himself into Nasus, giving him a free kill. Now Nasus could get lucky here and get a kill on Draven, but never mind, that doesn't happen. Nasus finally getting shut down. Now the funny thing is, Nasus is the single lowest player here, and he just got down from a 4-0 killing streak. So there you go. ELO does not mean the best of players. You could have very low players who are actually doing the best in the game. Now he's not obviously doing the best. He was doing second best, because Draven of course is at 7-1 right now, but he was doing pretty well, especially with that first blood, considering you know, the first blood gave quite a lot of gold for 3 people. So very useful engage for them right there. Now let's quickly have a look again at the gold. 30-ish minions difference. So Draven is starting to pull a little bit ahead, and as well as the fact as the kills are what are making the biggest of difference right now. He is 4 kills ahead, 3 assists behind, but that can be disregarded for the minion difference. But 4 kills ahead, sorry, 5 kills ahead is quite a big amount of kills to be ahead. I mean, 8.3 thousand to 6,000, that's pretty much a bloodthirster right there. So we're going to see him going for an Infinity Age first, actually, whereas Sivir can't even afford to get a second bloodthirster yet. It's a massive difference, no matter what way you look at it, especially with Draven's bonus attack damage from his skills. It is a huge difference. So a dragon actually getting rushed quite heavily here. They might get stolen by Diana. Very well played. Now Nasus is right in the middle of this. He does have also, he does end up engaging onto this. Actually, it does look like Trundle is going to drop quite low here. Thresh getting taken out yet again. Shen getting taken out in return. Now there's a lot of of trading going on here, and actually look at that, we might have a complete team trade for that dragon. I mean, look at that, Draven is going to get caught here. There's no way for him to escape. If Diana's not careful, she could get caught as well. We have a 4 for 2 trade in return for that dragon. Now this might get a bit dangerous. That Diana shield is not going to last forever. All Soraka needs is 1E, and there she does it. 500 gold for Soraka, picking up that ace. And I'm not sure what the outcome of that dragon was actually. We're at 23 minutes. I'm going to quickly go back. Let's see, back to the dragon.
Purple team double kill.
Now let's see, 34 to 292, and let's speed up to 23 minutes. 34. Yeah, I think the purple team did do about roughly the same damage as the dragon was worth, so I'm not really sure how much that was worth for them. The only problem is that Diana picked up 3 kills out of that. So 4-1-5 for Diana. I do think I called that wrong exactly, but I do think that the purple team definitely came out on top on that, just purely because they also got a tower as well. It was pretty even with the dragon, just, you know, because they pretty much picked up an ace right after it. But when you consider the gold from the tower, then it was quite a massive difference. Now Sivir's gonna probably get back here safely. I don't think there's any way for anybody to catch her right now without actually, yeah, there we go. So they're actually pinging towards the Baron. I don't think anybody has vision of the Baron right now. They might just place a ward and back off, even though, no, they might actually be trying to get it. This might get crazy right now. Are they going to try for a quick Baron? Sneak it in there before anybody notices? But no, Thresh is going to be coming in here to ward. He does have his warding item with 4 spare wards, so he can place up to 2 here. Actually, it does look like there's a pink here. 2 pinks placed in this location. This might be interesting, because they can't really ward anything. Oh, they can ward this, I suppose. That was a clever place to put it in. Quite lucky that they didn't have that pinked. Now Thresh coming in here, there we go. It does look like Shen gets picked out of place. Now another big engage here going off. Zed is dropping a little bit low, but then again so is Ryze. Ryze is going to be chased down by Trundle. I do believe he's going to get away though, because Nasus is just going to be a pest with slows, as well as the fact that Nasus is just a threat being next to him all the time, because he can just Q you and take away a nice chunk of your health. Now Nasus is not very farmed. He has 116 minions. It's about a medium farm right now. Well, considering he's in jungle, I suppose it's okay. Now Soraka just got blown up straight under the tower. There wasn't really much that was going on different there. If you're going to be under the tower and you're the support and you're kind of alone because Nasus can't really provide enough damage to burst somebody down, then you're bound to get killed. So the blue team is going to be looking to either secure a Baron, or probably back off and push lanes, which is probably the more likely option right now, because I mean they are aware there's a lot of wards here. They saw the purple team passing through here a few times. They saw Shen up here, so they were definitely aware that the purple team probably left a load of wards, and so they did. I mean, look, there's 5 wards in one screen right there. If I can just place that camera and even move this away, 5 wards in one screen, that is a lot of vision to be placed near the Baron. So the purple team is definitely aware they're a little bit behind, but they don't want to give that lead an even bigger difference. Now the only thing is, Soraka is doing quite well with 248, whereas Thresh has 11 assists only, and there isn't really, you know, much that Thresh can do in terms of warding as much as Soraka, because Soraka simply has more gold. The only difference is Thresh does have a Cage's lucky pick, so he did try to come back with his loss. But there we go, we are going to have a pink ward placed from the blue team here, so they are going to be getting a bit of that vision back. So Baron is not going to be entirely covered. This one is going to spot people if they're going to try to do it, but it isn't entirely covered, and especially if they try to sneak in like this, I do believe they would be able to sneak by the vision ward without getting spotted. Now Ryze doing a bit of harassment. I don't think it's going to be much enough to scare Trundle off. He's just going to hit a few minions and get back in the fight. Now let's see what we're going to have here. Now the top is kind of full health, so that there's no worry there at all. Shen is pushing the bottom and Nasus is in the jungle, so the purple team is kind of spread thin right now. They're, you know, pretty much everywhere, so there isn't really, you know, an opportunity for the blue team where they can screw up. All they really have to do is engage, and if they manage to get a pull on somebody or a kill on somebody, this could spell disaster for the purple team, especially considering all those wards just ran out. So the purple team is pretty much on top of vision at the Baron. All they would need is maybe one ward here and one inside the corner of the bush here, and then they would pretty much have vision of the whole surrounding of the Baron from the purple side, which means also that they would be able to do it quite freely. So it's going to be quite important to see who gets the first Baron kill. If somebody gets the Baron kill right now, it could spell disaster for the enemy team. And by disaster, I don't mean disaster as in losing a team fight, I mean disaster as in losing the game. Very, very likely. So there we go, actually a ward again. Why is the thing... Oh, fair enough, that makes sense. Okay, Soraka actually getting out of position. This could be that issue, that mistake I was talking about a second ago. But of course, Soraka does manage to get away there. She does ult, so we do have a kill in return. Actually, Ryze does also get picked off, but it was a support for an AP jungler and AD carry getting killed from each respective team. Now Nasus also getting dropped, so we have 3 people alive for the blue team and only 2 alive for the purple team. I do think that they would be able to kill the Baron right now, because all it is a support and a tank. There isn't really that much that the purple team can do, but instead of that, what they're going to do is they're going to get their lane dominance. They're just going to simply push this inhibitor, and that is probably the better idea to do, because once they have this, the lane is going to start pushing forward, which means that they're also going to have a bit of an advantage in being able to do the Baron, because, you know, if the lane is pushed, then the purple team has to defend, which means that, you know, they can't engage at the Baron without, you know, risking losing their lane. Now a free dragon going off also for the blue team, nothing that the purple team can do about this, and the blue team has started to take quite a decisive lead right now with 6 kills, 2 turrets, an inhibitor, and I believe that was 2 dragons in a row they stole. Sorry, one they stole, this one they killed freely. So 8,000 gold almost difference, and they are going to be pinging towards the Baron. Now Thresh has an Oracle, very smart move. They are going to deward everything now. They're going to be pretty safe to do it, I believe, unless... Sorry, they're going to be safe if they kill somebody. Now if they pick off Soraka, and look at that, it does look like she might get killed again. Ryze also in a lot of trouble right now. Diana on the hunt. She is going to kill the... Ryze is definitely going to go down here. There is no escape from that. He did end up getting ulted. And now even Nasus could be in a lot of trouble. I mean, look how tanky he is. He could end up getting picked off here. There is no escape, not from that much CC. So 3 kills for 0. Absolutely no contest for the blue team right now. What they could do is either push it towards the end, or they could Baron. Do the Baron. I do believe that they might want to back off and do the Baron. That might give them just a little bit more lane dominance later on, because they'll be able to trade hits a bit more, even though at the moment there is no trading hits. If they catch on to somebody from the purple team, that person is dead. There is no escape, except for that Soraka. That Soraka kind of got away with a flash, but of course the rest of the team didn't. So free Baron, there wasn't really anything the purple team could do about that. So this is going to be the very highest tension moment for the purple team. They're going to be behind on all fronts. The bottom is actually getting pushed a little bit, and there's nobody actually heading down to contest him, and I'm pretty sure they don't see that though, so that is a bit of a risky push here. He is placing a ward actually, so he might be able to push a little bit more until Zed shows up. Of course, Zed is going to cause him a lot of trouble, but it does look like he is going to back off right now. Stay safe, and that is probably the better idea, or the smarter move. Now the blue team is going to look to be aggressive, and actually look at that, Draven managing to take out... I want to see how that fight went actually. I'm pretty sure he just absolutely raped her without any contest. I just think that he's so much better geared than her. Look at that. He just 3-shotted her, 3 hits. One of them was, or 1 or 2 were a crit, I'm not sure how many. Didn't really notice. 396 AD. This guy is an absolute monster right now, and especially he scales so well. Draven is one of those AD carries that he just does so much damage, and he scales ridiculously well. And unfortunately he gets picked off here as well in return, so it does look like they're going to end up you know, getting a 1-for-1 kill here, especially that Ryze got that kill, and, you know, 2 more assists. So Draven, as I said, he's going to be one of those really monstrous champions towards the late game. I mean, with his spinning axe, I think it was 330 bonus damage when his no, about 300 and... I don't know, it's probably about 330 damage bonus from Spinning Axe when his Bloodthirster was fully charged. So it is a crazy, crazy amount of damage to be doing with every hit, because I mean that's 500 damage flat minimum. No matter how much armor you have, he probably does 500 damage to you, unless of course you're Nasus and you're a super beefy tank, but that is not going to happen when you're an AD carry. So you're going to be taking 500 crits, 600 crits, even more maybe, who knows. As you saw, minions took over 1000 crit off him, so that was pretty nasty for Sivir to try to take on somebody that does so much damage. Now 25 to 16. Purple team inhibitor about to go up again, so that is a pretty good sign for them. They won't be a little so far behind in the middle lane. I mean, they're still going to be behind, but they're not going to be pushed so much. At least they'll be able to take out the normal minions. The only problem is that inhibitor has no towers, so obviously the blue team would be able to just at any stage come back there and just push it completely. So as you can see, as soon as the purple team backs off just a little bit to defend the middle, they lose a tower here, and that is going to be the main issue right now. With the Baron buff still at about a third left, it's going to be a big issue for the purple team trying to defend this. I mean, they could end up losing yet another tower just purely because the purple team... Wait, what? How did that just run out in like 1 sec? Oh, he died. Never mind. I was like, what? I thought they just had a third of it left. That I thought maybe I looked at a different buff, but never mind. Now, if the purple team manages to defend them from taking another 2 towers, they might be in a decent enough position to survive this. But the way I see it, they really have to be careful. If they just mess up a little bit, it could go downhill completely. So let's just wait for an engage now. It does look like they're going to try to trade a little bit. Perhaps try to catch a squishy champion. Oh, a miss ult from Sivir. I'm not sure if that was the best of times to ult, but of course Trundle is not here. So it is a 4 versus 5. And we do have actually a turret destroyed. Oh, that's up top. Never mind. So there we go. Shen actually getting taken out first. That's kind of a strange thing to see. Didn't expect that to happen. Zed getting killed in return for Sivir. And there you go. Draven is he's just rolling through people. He's unstoppable right now. Even though he is going to get taken by a tower, so that is a bit of an issue, because as you see, Ryze has a frozen heart that slows down Draven's attacks, as well as gives Ryze a massive resistance against him. So 3 for 2 right now. Purple team didn't do that horribly bad as I expected in that team fight, but it isn't over yet. There's still a little bit left. They could lose another 2 inhibitors right now, so they are going to be in the complete defense, but they are going to still be in the game. There's still always a chance to turn it back, and we'll see how it goes. The only thing I think right now is they need a bit of better focus onto Draven. Draven is causing them so many issues, but the only problem with killing Draven is if they burst him down with everything, what happens to Diana? Diana is going to blow up somebody in return, and that is going to be a big issue, because Diana can just kill another person right after that, and another person right after that, and that is a big issue. So I mean, purple team has one dangerous person, mainly one dangerous person, and that is Sivir. Sivir is probably their most dangerous person right now, and I mean, she's not even that fed. She doesn't have an Infinity Edge yet, so she is quite a bit behind on gold. Let's actually quickly have a look at that tab. 14,000 to almost 11,000, so there's about a 3,000 gold difference in in between them. So it's not a big massive issue, but you know, it is growing. It's growing. That's the problem. It's growing. The more dragons they get, the more barons the blue team gets. It is growing. The difference is growing, and that is a big issue for them right now. So 28 to 18, 35 minutes into the game. Quite a big gold difference. 14,000 gold with 6 tower lead, as well as 3 inhibitors down. So the purple team is on a complete defensive right now. The only thing that I think they could do right now is if they somehow manage to kill both Draven and Diana, then the rest of the blue team would just simply lack the damage right now. I do believe that they are a little bit too squishy in terms of after Draven and Diana are dead, because then what happens is you have Nasus and you have Ryze, who are becoming these ridiculously strong champions towards the late game. Particularly Ryze. Ryze becomes very dangerous in the late game, and you have to build a lot of magic crystals to survive him. Let's actually quickly target him. I want to see exactly how he's doing. He has absolutely no AP, and that is a big issue I see with Rises these days. They nerfed the AP, the mana build, where you know you could just build full mana and all your skills scale off AP. Nowadays, it's a bit better to build a hybrid Rise where you have AP and mana. That way you're tanky and you have spell damage. So there we go, we have a big engage going off here. Actually, it looks like somebody was getting blown up there. It was actually Shen from the blue team getting completely blown up there. Or rather, purple team. So there we go, another kill going off there. 3 people for 0. It does look like they're going to take out the last turret right now. With actually Soraka getting taken out under the turret. Look at that. In the very last second, she was already at the fountain. That was crazy close. There we go. We have a blue team victory. And it was a bit of a strange game because a lot of these champions are not very popular the way I see it. I mean, let's list out the champions that are played quite often here. Draven, Zed, Thresh, Shen obviously, and Soraka not even so much. So most champions in this game, namely Diana, she's not really played that much anymore. She used to be a big champion, like she was a massive AP played champion, like everybody loved her, but I think she has been dying down a little bit with the new champions that are coming out. It's just, I don't think she just does as well as she used to. Now, let's continue on with that. Trundle is kind of not popular anymore. I don't really see him much at all. He kind of died off very quickly after making him. Sivir used to be popular a long time ago, but she kind of died down. They tried to remake her, but I still think she lacks that burst that Vayne has, that Draven has, that Caitlyn has with the headshot. If she misses her boomerang, she has almost no damage, and that is a big issue for her. So yeah, Ryze is actually quite popular. He's not massively popular, but he's decently played because of his tankiness and his ability to counter some champions. Nasus not popular at all lately. I haven't seen him much, and I've seen a lot of games lately. Soraka, another one of those champions that's not really used that much anymore, just purely because she's not very tanky. She's a bit too squishy in my opinion to be you know, a reliable support. Of course she has that awesome ult which shields everyone, but I just don't see her working that well. I think Taric is one of the top supports, and Alistar as well, even though I have seen a very big decline in Alistar players lately actually. But yeah, so hope you enjoy it, and hope you enjoyed rather, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll end it here. It is a bit late. I don't want to cast another video tonight because I don't want to wake up anybody, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. So perhaps in maybe 2 or 3 days we'll have another League video. I'm not sure. I have started doing these quite a lot more often than I did before, but it is a bit difficult to find a time to cast League of Legends because it does take quite a lot of time. So I'll see you guys next episode. I'll end it here because I've been blabbering on for quite a bit too long. So see you guys next time.